So, I know I've done this a lot of Spider-Man with Ladybug, but it just seems to work so well, and this is the updated version of my original Spider-Man Ladybug crossover. So, in here, I'm going to be talking about the more updated version of my original Spider-Man Ladybug crossover, fanfiction crossover idea. But you've also probably been wondering, hey Zilla, why don't you ever talk about your original ideas, your original novel ideas? Well, the reason I don't talk about them that much is because I I have this fear, and it's warranted because I've had some friends in the past who've had original novel ideas stolen from them for talking about it online, and then someone else takes those ideas and makes it their own, and basically rips off him or her. So that's why I don't talk. That's why I talk about fan fiction, because if I get fan fiction ripped off, it's no skin off my bones. If it's an original idea, however, and I'm working on that novel, and I put time and fucking effort into that novel, then I kind of get a little pissed. So that's why you don't see me talk a lot about original novel work on here. Anyway, so let's talk about this updated idea. So in the original idea, Spider-Man and Mary Jane are off in Paris because Mary Jane has been highlighted by this agency to model for them, and yeah, it didn't occur to me until I recently thought about the update. Is why not just have Gabriel be the one who has her in the model for her? I was like, oh, I was just thinking of a rival agency. Why not? Yeah, that makes more sense to have Gabriel be the one who hires Mary Jane. So Mary Jane and Peter, who gets a 2-week vacation, thanks to Jonah after pestering him enough, go to Paris so Mary Jane can model for Gabriel Agreste, who's like, this is a big thing for me. This is, Gabriel Agreste, one of Europe's highest, one of Europe's greatest fashion designers. If I get his approval, holy shit, this could mean big things. And of course, Peter, being the loving husband that he is like, yeah, totally, awesome. This is good, this is totally great for you. He also doesn't bring his Spider-Man costume. But Mary Jane did, and when Peter asks, hey, what the hell, MJ? I didn't want to wear red and blue in France. I don't think we're going to have a problem with red. That's going to require Spider-Man in Paris. And she's like, no, 'cause I've come accustomed to our lives being like this. So it's better to have come prepared with it than not have it at all. So that was the big thing with this, is that I know that just seems like something Mary Jane would do, right? Just pack his costume knowing that they might run into trouble while out there. So anyway, so Mary Jane gets the gig, and on the other end of the spectrum, we have Marinette, who's been invited to this fashion shoot with Mary Jane Watson by Adrian, because Adrian knows that Marinette really wants to see Mary Jane. Mary Jane is this major fashion model in America, and to have her working for Gabriel is a really cool idea, and she wants to meet him. Alia tags along because she wants to meet Peter, who, of course, as we all know, takes those wonderful pictures of everyone's favorite webhead. So Alia wants to meet Peter Parker, her husband, and Marinette wants to meet Mary Jane. And Adrian gets them in there, and it's adorable, because I always had it that, Marinette's like, oh my god, Adrian personally invited me to meet one of my model icons. Oh my god. And I had this fun scene where Marinette nervously shows off Mary Jane her drawings, and Mary Jane's like, oh, this is so nice. I really hope one day, I'll be wearing your dresses. And Marinette proceeds to have a total meltdown. Meanwhile, Alia thinks it's so cool to meet Peter Parker, and Peter is just eating it up. Peter is like, no one cares about Peter. No one has ever cared about Peter Parker. Everyone cares about Spider-Man. Peter Parker has a fan. Awesome. I mean, granted, it's because I quote-unquote know Spider-Man, but hey, I'll take what I can get. So Peter feels very happy about it. However, the photo shoot goes awry when the Hobgoblin shows up and kidnaps Gabriel. Reason being is because there's two reasons. One, and this is Roderick Kingsley. This is Roderick Kingsley Hobgoblin, because there's been a few. So Kingsley shows up, grabs Gabriel, and the reason why he's kidnapping Gabriel is for one reason is because way back in when Norman Osborn was back on the scene, he bought out Kingsley's company, and one of those subsidiaries was a fashion group that Mary Jane, funny enough, also worked for. It was a fashion company, and Osborn, I had it, sold it to Gabriel. He sold all of it to Gabriel because he was like, I don't fucking need, I'm Norman Osborn, I don't need fucking clothes. I don't need fucking fashion wear. So here, Gabriel, you take it. The other reason is because Hobgoblin has a strong sense that Gabriel is Hawkmoth. Reason being is because they were actually, way back before anyone knew that Roderick Kingsley was really the Hobgoblin, Kingsley and Gabriel were friends. I mean, they were business rivals, but they were friends as well in the fashion circuit. And one time, Roderick caught Gabriel with the book when he was, shortly after his wife's injuries. So he kind of put together that, okay, it's a mystical book, and there's this dude named Hawkmoth who can turn people into villains. You think I'm stupid, Gabriel? So that was the whole idea. So Spider-Man shows up because, it's his responsibility. It's one of his villains in Paris. And I had this moment where Spider-Man's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm on vacation and the Hobgoblin shows up. Are you shitting me right now? I'm on vacation. Why me? So that was that was kind of the fun idea. And yeah, the reason why Hobgoblin is like, yeah, I know you're Hawkmoth. So here's the thing, you're gonna give me that miraculous, and I'm gonna use it to. I was gonna go to New York and kill Spider-Man. Use this to amplify my power and kill Spider-Man. But he's already here. I don't know why he's here. I don't know how he got here. But I'm gonna get him. But this makes my job a lot easier. There's also the matter of there's someone else from Peter's life that's also here in Paris, and that's Black Cat. Felicia was kind of, shall we say, pilfering some diamonds that belong to some crime lords. She's like, I'm going to rob to the rich and give to the poor. Poor being in the situation me. But Felicia, of course, when she sees Peter here and teaming up with Ladybug and Cat Noir, she's like, yeah, I'll go help you save this guy. So that was that was kind of the fun idea. I had it like, it's kind of funny because when you think about it, Spider-Man and Black Cat are pretty much a gender-bent version of Ladybug and Cat Noir. It's funny because, Felicia's very, she's playful and, flirty, and that's exactly what Adrian is when he's Cat Noir. And then you have Peter who's like, this is my responsibility, I need to take care of this. And I think he would really reflect on that with Marinette. And also Marinette would be like, holy crap, we're teaming up. There wouldn't be no, superhero fight. It'd be more like, holy crap, we're teaming up with Spider-Man. How cool, how freaking cool is that? How freaking cool are we to be teaming up with Spider-Man? Not cool to be fighting the Hobgoblin. That dude's terrifying. And that would be the thing. You're probably wondering, well, does Hobgoblin get akumatized? No. He actually, I actually had it that Gabriel, an Akuma tries to take him over, but he just kills and is like, dude, I don't need this, and this has been a freaking Achilles heel this whole freaking time. Do you really think I need a freaking, this kind of power boost when your enemy just knows how to beat it every time? No, thank you. So that was, that was pretty much the whole idea, was just to have Spider-Man and Black Cat alongside Cat Noir and Ladybug fighting the Hobgoblin. Or as he actually I actually wanted to have it that he takes the Moth Miraculous and calls himself Hawk Goblin, the Hawk Goblin, when he powers himself up, because I wanted to, shut up. Yeah, and as Hawk Goblin, all of his weapons are upgraded and more spiritual, almost kind of very reminiscent of when Jason Macendale became his incarnation of Hobgoblin became the Demo Goblin, but a little more finessed, a little more it's blue and it's purple and blue costume, stuff like that. So that would be kind of my loose idea for the Hawk Goblin. Anyway, So, there you go, guys. That's pretty much my updated idea for Spider-Man and Ladybug. You guys tell me in the comments below. Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later.